The Roman Empire didn't fall in a single day. It fell the exact same way a country falls today, slowly, then all at once. They printed fake money, taxed their own people into poverty, and borrowed from a future that never arrived. Sound familiar? Stay till the end, because the last coin they minted predicted exactly what's happening in your country right now. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was certainly spent in many. At its peak, the empire stretched across 3 continents. Gold flowed from conquered provinces into Rome's treasury, filling it faster than anyone could count. Grain ships arrived daily, keeping granaries full and bellies fed across the capital. The Senate believed this prosperity was permanent, a gift that would never run dry. Beneath the marble columns and triumphant parades, a quiet danger was already taking root. Every new territory needed soldiers to hold it, and soldiers were never cheap. Rome's military grew into the largest standing army the world had ever seen. Soldiers demanded steady pay, and missing a payment meant risking mutiny. Veterans demanded land and pensions after years of service on distant frontiers. The treasury, once overflowing, began to feel the strain of constant warfare. To keep the public content, emperors offered free grain to the masses. Lavish entertainment in the Colosseum became a tool to win public loyalty. Public feasts and parades grew larger, funded entirely by state coffers. Monument-building projects multiplied, each one a costly display of imperial pride. Leaders learned that popularity could be bought, but the bill always came due eventually. Rather than raise taxes, emperors found a sneaky shortcut to cover their costs. They reduced the silver content hidden inside every coin minted in Rome. A denarius that once held real silver became mostly cheap, dull metal. This was ancient Rome's version of printing money out of thin air. It triggered inflation that quietly stole wealth from every ordinary citizen. As coins lost real value, merchants began raising their prices to compensate. A loaf of bread that once cost 1 coin soon cost 10 or more. Soldiers' wages, paid in debased coin, bought less food and fewer goods. Trust in money itself began to erode across every corner of the empire. And trust, once broken, is remarkably hard to rebuild. To cover the growing gap, the empire raised taxes again and again. Heavy taxation pushed small farmers toward poverty and desperation. Many abandoned their land entirely, rather than face endless demands. Fewer productive citizens meant a shrinking tax base for the empire. Rome was now taxing an economy that could no longer support its appetite. Later emperors resorted to borrowing from wealthy citizens and allied kingdoms. Even temple treasuries were emptied to plug the widening gaps. Debts piled up silently across multiple generations of rulers. Each emperor hoped the next ruler would solve the growing problem. The debt kept getting kicked further down the long Roman road. On the surface, Rome still looked powerful, grand buildings and confident speeches. But the foundation was hollow, hiding cracks the public could not see. Eventually, soldiers, citizens, and provinces all stopped trusting the central government. Trade slowed, cities shrank, and the empire could no longer pay for its own survival. History's lesson is clear. Short-term comfort built on long-term debt always asks for repayment.